Hello and welcome to this weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Greek. And this weekend I want to talk about some readers' editions of portions of the Greek New Testament and portions of the Septuagint. You may know a reader's edition is where you not only have the text that you're reading, but down at the bottom you'll have notes with rare vocabulary, sometimes also with help for parsing. And I was sent a sample of some new to me it was new, but when I looked at his website, he has a bunch of reader's editions. I was very impressed with the quality of these, and I think many people probably would enjoy getting them in smaller paperbacks. So maybe you don't want a whole reader's edition of the New Testament, you just want the Gospel of Mark, or you want just a portion. Here, an example, we have the General or Catholic Epistles. And as I mentioned, when I went on the website, it's timothyale.com. A is in the first letter of the alphabet, timothyale.com, Timothy A. Lee Publishing. Timothy Lee is a PhD student at Cambridge. I was super impressed. As you go on there, you'll see all the different reader's editions, portions of the Hebrew Bible, portions of the Bible, Old Testament, that are in Aramaic, the Syriac Peshitta, the Samaritan Pentateuch, the Greek New Testament broken down into sections or by book, beautifully. The covers are nicely formatted for the different sections of the canon. Also inside, I was impressed with how nicely it was laid out. Here we have the book of Jonah, the first Septuagint Reader's Edition here. Get a good look at the cover. It has both Jonah, the book of Jonah, and the book of Ruth in it. And as a sample here, you can see here this is laid out in a diglot type format. So we have the Hebrew text on one side with the rare vocabulary at the bottom, and then you have the Greek text on the other side with the rare vocabulary at the bottom. What was also unique, I found, about the reader was that he has an uncial or majuscule edition of the text at the end of both Jonah and Ruth. And it's so you sort of feel like you're reading Codex Vaticanus there. And he has also an appendix with rare, in this case, it's an appendix with the paradigms. The rare vocabulary is underneath the text, but you have the paradigms at the end that you might need to review. He has a section on principal parts of irregular verbs, and then there is a glossary of more common vocabulary, so that would not be in the footnotes. That's a thorough reader. I was very impressed with that. I was also impressed with the sample I had of the New Testament, the General or Catholic Epistles. Similar format. Now, in this case, obviously, it only has the Greek text. We don't have the Hebrew and the Greek, just the Greek, with rare vocabulary down at the bottom. But the same format at the end, where you have the paradigms. Many beginning students, I think, would be helped by that. They rusty on a paradigm, and rather than having to pull their grammar off the shelf, they can just flip to the back and look at here's the paradigm for the second declension adjective. These are common paradigms, not especially rare ones, just ones that would help students with their reading. And then there is also the principal parts section, so help with irregular verbs, as well as the common vocabulary section. Timothy A. Lee Publishing was very generous to give me a PDF version of the book of Jude, so drawn out of this volume, some of the front material, the entire book of Jude, a sample of some of the material at the end, and we're able to make that available in the Jude in July course. So if you join us for the Jude in July course, one of the things, we've got lots of free samples, but one of the samples you'll get is from Timothy A. Lee Publishing, and it will be you'll get a real feel for how these little readers, how they're laid out, how they work, and so check out his website, timothyale.com.